Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm standing with our 2015 Volkswagen Golf TDI. It's been sitting in this garage for about 2 months. Battery's dead. Been through this scenario a couple times with this vehicle in particular. It doesn't get driven much, sets a lot, so the battery does die pretty consistently. I don't have a battery tender or anything, probably need to get one. So today we're going to look at starting this, not with another vehicle, but with the actual jump boxes I have. So I have two jump boxes here, both from NOCO. One's the GB40, one's the GB150. Both of these are rated to start this this little 2-liter diesel engine. The NOCO GB40 is rated to start gasoline vehicles up to 6 liters and diesels up to 3 liters. This being a 2-liter, should start it no problem. We'll see. GB150 rated to start gasoline vehicles up to 9 liters and diesels up to 7 liters. So this should definitely start the vehicle. My guess is that this one's probably not. Since its battery's been sitting and the car's been sitting for about 2 months, it's completely dead. We'll see. It's rated to. It should, but I don't know. Kind of skeptical. Stay tuned. We'll find out which one actually starts this vehicle. And guys, to show you just how dead this Golf actually is, have the key here. Let's see if it'll start or if any of the lights will come on. Let's see here. Completely dead. All right, so let's pull our jump boxes out, see which one's actually going to start it. I'll kind of show you the startup process with the NOCO jump box. It's pretty easy. There's a couple things that it has that kind of helps out, but let's take a look. And guys, one thing I want to mention here, I'm not sponsored by NOCO. I only have 6 subscribers. Maybe one day, we'll see, but these were purchased with my own money, obviously. I've had the GB40 for a couple years. It's been great for starting our gasoline vehicles. You see here, it's 1,000 amps. I would say if you're in the market for one of these jump boxes, this will probably cover most of your needs. Maybe go up to the GB50 that has 1,500 amps just to give you a little extra amperage there. In case you run into a situation where the battery is completely dead and maybe need 500 more amps. The GB150 I recently purchased to start our 2004 Dodge Ram 2500 with the Cummins. Obviously that would definitely not start a almost 6-liter diesel. Be awesome if it would, but both of these are built very well, I would say. I've had this one for about 3 years. It's been great, no issues. As you can see, this one here is way more beefy. These actual jumping cables are built into the box, where the GB40, you have to actually plug it in. A little bit more portable, so all you do, you take these as a 12-volt out, just plug that in. It's a little bit tight, just push it in. There you go. Other than that, the startup process for these is about the same. There is one difference on this one. It has an actual voltage meter there, so you can actually see, I guess, what the voltage of the battery is reading. I haven't used this at all, so we'll see. Like I said, we're going to try to start this car with this one first to see if it actually will crank. What it says up to 3-liter diesels. This is a 2-liter. Should crank it, even though the battery's completely dead, but we'll see. One cool thing, both of them have lights built in. So have little lights there. That's pretty cool. And just another note, both of these are fully charged, if you're wondering. Test the light on this one. Obviously, this light here is pretty intense. It's very bright. They have strobe features and everything on it, so dimming features. Let's see if we can get the strobe. There's a strobe there. So pretty cool. All right. And this one's also fully charged. So let's try the GB40 first. We'll hook it to the battery, see if it's going to start it off or not. All right, guys, so we're going to use the GB40 first to try to start the vehicle. But before we do, I want to try the battery meter on the GB150 to see what the battery is actually reading, see if the meter is, how accurate the meter is, and what it's actually going to tell us. So let's try to plug that up and see. Just typical alligator clamps, obviously. I'm going to go positive here, negative here. Okay, So now to power this on, once you get hooked up, just hit the power button here. Okay, this is kind of weird. Never used this before, so let's see. Huh. Interesting. Okay, so maybe that's just telling us that the actual battery is dead. We'll see. So let's go ahead and use the GB40 and try to start it first and cut this off. All right, guys, let's go ahead and hook up the GB40. Same alligator clamps. Positive first here. Then your negative. And the same power button, just hit that there. Now, one cool thing on these, I think all GB, or I think all the NOCO jump boxes have this feature. This little button here, this kind of gives the battery an extra boost, so it's going to use a lot more of your power initially, and it's going to drain a lot faster, but this is for situations where the battery is completely wiped out. You'll use that. It's going to give you a lot of the cranking amps first, but it's going to deplete the battery in this pretty quick too. So we'll just leave it on normal. We'll see how it does. Okay. All right, guys, so I'm in the car now. Once again, I have the key. I'm going to go ahead and power the vehicle on. Okay. So it looks like the GB40 is already kind of failing us because it's not even, it's not putting any juice into the battery. Interesting. Okay, so that's kind of disappointing. All right, so let's go ahead and get the GB150 and try to get this thing started with that. And I still have the GB40 hooked up. Obviously, it's not doing anything. These lights are supposed to change, so they'll just start flashing from, red, orange, yellow, green. Just keep cycling. That's letting you know that the power from this is initially going into that, so you can get the initial cranks to start the car up. It's not doing anything. Never had that happen before, so maybe it's just completely dead, and that's why it's not even registering. So what we're going to do, we're going to get the GB150, hook it up, and see if we can get the car started. So we'll cut this off here, unhook the clamps. I really hope that the GB150 can do the job, because I want to get this car started. It's been sitting for 2 months. Obviously, it's not good for diesel to sit, or any car for that matter, for that long. So really need to get it started up, and get on the road for a little bit. So gonna go ahead and power this one up. Let's see here. So this is kind of unusual. I've never used them before, so we're gonna go ahead and get in the car and see what happens. Okay. It's a lot of clicking noises. Got the key in my pocket. Just gonna hit the. Wow. Huh. Well, this is an epic fail, guys. Neither one of them are gonna start the vehicle. Oh man, this battery is toast. So this might turn into an actual battery replacement, I guess. I'm sorry for the fail. It's almost like a flat line on EKG, it's just completely dead here. So let me let this sit for a little bit and see if it'll put enough amps in there to get this to register and start, putting power into the battery, so we can actually try to start it off. If not, I'm still going to crank the vehicle today for you. I'm going to go down to the parts store and get an actual battery charger. I'm going to charge up the battery with that, the old-fashioned way, kind of the longer, harder way. And then we will start the vehicle. But either way, this has got to be started today. So let's just wait for this for a few minutes, and I'll be back in like probably 15 minutes for me and 3 seconds for you. Well, guys, we're back here. I went to Harbor Freight and got a battery charger. This has been sitting for about 20 minutes. Still doing the same thing. Nothing's working. We're going to go ahead and disconnect the battery here and put this battery on the battery charger that I just bought from Harbor Freight. See if that does the trick. So, and obviously this video is not turning out the way I thought it would. I thought one of these would just start the vehicle up. A little bit disappointed, but I kind of understand. This battery is completely toast right now. It would take a lot to get this started. So unfortunately, I'm going to use the traditional method to charge dead batteries and use the actual battery charger. To disconnect this battery here, it's just a 10mm socket or a wrench here. So. Let's get this nasty thing out of the way. Okay. All right, now I need to get my socket here and disconnect this bracket here that's holding it down. Actually, I'm not going to remove the bracket. I'm just going to move the terminals out of the way here with the cables and hook the battery charger directly to this while it's in the car still. Not going to harm anything, just going to make sure everything's out of the way. So we'll go ahead and do that now. Before I do, let me show you the actual charger that I purchased. This is the battery charger I just picked up from Harbor Freight. I think it's originally $70. It was $20 off for a little Black Friday deal, so that's always good. It's a 15 amp fast charge, 12 volt battery. Obviously, it can charge 12 volt batteries. A couple of reviews online said that this can charge a completely dead battery in about 20-30 minutes, enough to start the vehicle. We'll see if that's true. We just had one disappointing failure with the actual jump boxes. I'm not going to fault them too much because this battery is completely wiped out. So it's going to take a lot to get it started. So we'll go ahead and unbox this, hook it up to the battery in the car, and let it charge about 20-30 minutes. We'll come back, hook the terminals back up, and try to start it. Okay, got the battery charger plugged up. Looks like it's pretty simple to use. My first time using this particular one. Nothing too complicated. Probably should have bought one of these a long time ago, but right now on the screen it's showing a message saying please put the clamps on the battery. I have the clamps here. Just going to go ahead and hook up like you would normally with a jump box or actual jumper cables. Positive first, negative. Okay, let's get a little bit closer here. Okay, right now it's saying capacity 0 voltage. So like we said, it's completely wiped out. We knew that. The jump box wouldn't even register to get any kind of amps in there to even try to start the vehicle. So kind of, oh, look at that. It's saying auto standard battery, so right now it's charging. Let's see how long it's going to take to actually charge this battery up. We might as well let it charge all the way up. Forget the jump boxes for now. I'll show you the GB150 jump box when we actually try to start our 2004 Dodge Ram with the Cummins. That battery is not completely dead like this because it still tries to turn over. So I'm confident the GB150 will start that vehicle. That'll be a separate video. So for now, let's just see how long this is going to take to charge this battery up. Alright guys, it's been about 20 minutes since I hooked the battery up to the battery charger. So right now the charge level is, let's see what it's saying. I'm stopping the charging here. It's still dropping, but it's got to be over 6 volts. It's a 12 volt battery, so it's about halfway charged, right, after 20 minutes. I said we're going to let this charge fully and just forget the jump box on this, but you know what? We came here to check out the jump boxes. Let's go ahead and disconnect this. Let's go ahead and hook up the NOCO GB40 and see if it will jump start this vehicle now that the battery is about halfway charged. So let's go ahead and hook that back up and see what happens. Before I hooked the GB40 up, I actually hooked up the GB150 just to see what the voltmeter says on this. Right now it's showing the battery at 12.2 volts. So we know that the battery was completely dead, obviously, but we also know that this is a functioning unit, and the voltmeter is differing from the actual charging meter on the battery charger, but we'll see what happens. I'm going to unhook this, I'm going to grab the GB40 and hook the terminals back up and try to jump start using the GB40. Okay, so I got the GB40 here. I'm so confident now that we put a little juice in there from the battery charger. This battery is actually going to start with the GB40. That I actually went ahead and put the cables back on and the insulator. So hopefully I didn't do extra work for no reason, but we'll see. So I'm going to go ahead and power this on. Okay, so this is how it's supposed to do. So it does that. I just heard the car lights flash. Electronics are coming to life. So now all we gotta do is go in the car, start it. It should start now. We'll see. While I go in there and start the car, I'm going to leave the camera here, and you can kind of see what the lights do on the NOCO. And hopefully this starts and does not fail like the beginning of the video. Sorry this is taking so long. Was not expecting this to happen. I was expecting one of these to jump it off immediately, but pardon my ignorance. So let's go in there, try to start it real quick. Okay, so I just completely depleted this. The car is not even trying to start now. This is flashing. It's obviously done. So we're going to go ahead and try the GB150 at this point and see if that can kind of pick up where this left off. The cables are kind of warm too, so. Alright, so let's get this bad boy back out and see if this is going to work. Okay, so earlier it was 12. Now let's see what it's saying now. It dropped a little bit, so this should start it. If this doesn't start it, I'm going to be extremely disappointed. Finally, success. Wow, that took a lot. I was not expecting that, but she purrs to life. Thank goodness. Okay. Alright, so we'll go ahead and unhook this now. Obviously, we're going to drive the car, let it run for a little bit, and she's back to life. If you guys like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. New channel, trying to grow. Takes a lot, but thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Sorry this took so long. Hope you enjoyed it either way. Something a little different. So obviously it was not planned to go this way and all this extra work, but it worked out in the end. Thank you guys for watching.